Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And in case you're thinking something looks a bit different, it's the chair. I normally have the high gaming chair, but I was sitting on it this morning, and something was on the floor, and I leaned over to grab what was on the floor, and the whole chair went clack like that, and I broke it. I think it's because I'm a fat oaf. Anyway, I've had to order another one. They're not cheap, you know. Wow. Anyway. We do have a story here for you now, and it's not Merlin related, thankfully. This one's just back to normal. Let's just slag down the SNP for other things. This particular one is really a case of where you could say the SNP are, like always, all mouth, no trousers. They announced something back in March last year. Oh, it's a big fanfare of wonderful. Aren't we great? Aren't we brilliant? Aren't we doing all this? And it's been 15 months and nothing has happened. Because, big announcements are cheap. Big announcements are fantastic. Big announcements get you headlines. Doing it, oh no, that's difficult and expensive. We won't actually do it. Anyway, we'll take a look at this because it was a competition with a £50 million prize, and then it was quietly shelved. Where's it gone? We'll find out. Here goes. Of course, one of the things we have to ask is not just where's the competition gone? We want to know what have they done with the 50 million. This is the SNP. Has it been salted away somewhere? Is it hidden somewhere where perhaps it will never be found? Who knows? Anyway, fears of another expensive flop. Well, it's unlike them, isn't it? It's not often you have an expensive flop with the SNP. This is after the SNP's £50 million economic competition delayed by over a year. The competition was supposed to power Scotland's recovery from COVID, but with still no date for a launch or details of how entrepreneurs can submit ideas, the Scottish Government is under fire for allowing the economy to languish in the doldrums. And so we'll have a look at this. The SNP government has been accused of leading entrepreneurs down the garden path. Now that's one of those little things, depends where you come from in the country. I'd have said lead you up the garden path, like a teddy bear. But anyway, it's just, I don't know. It's not interesting at all, is it? Anyway, it transpired £50 million of economic prize has still not launched, more than a year after it was announced. The National Challenge Competition on Economic Transformation. Now that's a name, isn't it? Why can't they call it something simple? Why can't they get the marketing guys to come up and call it something easy? God almighty, it's typical. Everything bureaucracy has got to be that long, hasn't it? It was announced in March 2022 as a way to encourage pioneers and entrepreneurs to help reshape the economy. However, the Scottish Daily Express has learned that there is still no launch date, and there won't be. Things are expensive. They've spent that 50 million rather. They've had it, nicked it, spent it. The Scottish Government has blamed the cost of fair pay deals for the delay. But Scottish Conservative MSP Brian Whittle said Scotland's economy has been languishing in the doldrums for years under the SNP, and this is further evidence of why. Yeah, because they won't invest. And they come up with the ideas. Like I say, the ideas are cheap, but actually doing it, it's too much effort. And, it requires intelligence, a lot of it. And that puts them right out. A similar prize scheme from 2018 saw SNP ministers pump hundreds of thousands of pounds into a flagship marine energy contest. However, it collapsed after 6 years because no one could win it. They kept putting all these metrics on. Oh, you've got to have a minimum of that. Must do this. And there were so many fail metrics, it became impossible. Mr. Whittle added, more than a year after this competition and its £50 million prize was announced, we are no further forward. There's no competition, no funding, no benefit to Scotland's economy. Over a decade ago, the SNP's Saltire Prize for Wave Power Innovation was an expensive flop, and it looks like they haven't learnt from their mistakes. They never learn from their mistakes. The scientific principle is you do something, doesn't work, you change a little bit and you do it again. And you keep doing it until you evolve it into a better system. The SNP way is to do it, fail, do the same thing again, fail again. Let's try it again for the third time, fail again. And fail to see that whatever they do will always fail until they change it. But of course the trouble with the SNP is their psyche. To change means the previous one was wrong and they are never wrong. If this competition is dead, he continued, then ministers should say so and explain what they'll be doing with the 50 million prize fund now. Oh, they've had that. There is no prize fund. It's gone. The SNP government should be showing leadership to Scotland's entrepreneurs, supporting and investing so they can thrive. Instead, it seems the only place the SNP Green government are leading entrepreneurs is down the garden path and indeed leading the country straight into bankruptcy. The competition was part of the National Strategy for Economic Transition launched by the then Finance and Economy Secretary Kate Forbes, one of the very few in the SNP with a bit of brains, which is why she frightens them. The winner or winners of the cash would be those who came up with ideas that would transform Scotland's economy. I'm going to put it in for that because I can transform Scotland's economy overnight. Literally within days, things will change. The economy will improve within days. And I have a brilliant idea. And here's my idea. We dissolve this parliament, we call a general election, and we vote the SNP out. We can do that. And that'll be on the Thursday because votes are always on a Thursday. So you have your vote on the Thursday, and by lunchtime on the Friday, things will be looking up. Honestly, it'll be that quick because businesses will be happy again, and they'll think it's worth investing again because they're not going to get punished for success. Anyway, it was first announced as part of the SNP's election manifesto in May 2021 elections, when the then Trade and Innovation Minister Ivan McKee boasted that the National Challenge competition will empower us all to play our part in Scotland's recovery. Resign en masse. Wellbeing Economy Neil Gray, or is he still there, told the Scottish Express the administration still needs to launch the project. Hang on, Neil Gray is the Energy Minister who says his brief has got nothing to do with energy policy. What? This is true. I've done the video on this. Anyway, Mr. Gray said, due to inflation and other pressures, I would say owing to inflation and other pressures, such as financing fair pay deals. Well, obviously, yes, he bowed on bended knee to the medicos, the doctors and that, and they wanted a pay rise, and he just gave them it because he says cancelling this is more important. We need to still be able to say that we haven't had a doctors and nurses strike in Scotland. It's very important to him. So he caved. I mean, he folded faster than Superman on Laundry Day. Anyway, he says, as a result of this, the National Challenge competition for economic transformation has not yet launched and never will. And details are still to be finalised, though details being it never will. The approach to the delivery of the NCCET is built... See what I mean? You need a snappy name. Is building on the success of CivTech programme. Plans to expand CivTech include 46 million in challenge funding and have progressed and will contribute significantly to the aims of our national strategy for economic transformation. Stop it with these stupid names. To support the creation and growth of new businesses. Perestroika. That's what they're effectively talking about. That is their grand vision. They want to loosen their control that they have over every aspect, and because they're like the bloody communists, aren't they? The Politburo has agreed to perestroika for the Scots. The details emerged thanks to a Freedom of Information request by the Tories. Why is it always the other parties that have to release these things? Why can the SNP never do it? Is it because they're ashamed? They like their little secrets, don't they? Anyway, the response stated the Scottish Government's National Challenge competition for economic transformation, blah, 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 has not yet launched and no funds have been released under the competition. That's because there are no funds left. They've spent them all trying to fix their problems. Imagine the SNP if she had won that competition. I think it would be a very different party. And there's time yet, you know. I don't think Humza Yousaf has got long left. I think his days are very, very much numbered, especially with all these by-elections coming up and the fact that they're now starting to realise, even within his own party, that he's got the brains of a coconut. Anyway, I'm going to round off there and come up. I have noted about this chair. It's a replacement chair, see? But it very slowly sinks. I need a better chair. Oh, hopefully tomorrow. Anyway, yes, so getting on with this, that 50 million has disappeared. We don't need to know where it's gone because they don't know where it's gone. It's been absorbed into everything else. They haven't got it. They got a £1 billion black hole. That 50 million won't make a dent in that. That's for sure. So, it's just another one of those schemes. They keep doing it, don't they? Oh, we're going to announce this. We're going to announce that because we need to look good. We need to have some policy. What's happening is there's something bad happening over there. So we'll have a big parade over here. Keep your eye off that ball, That's what they do. They don't like telling you the truth. Anyway, I shall round off there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen here on the channel, please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and remember, these lying lies have already spent that money. Bye.